the one place they call home, but looks like they're slowing down. No, that was just a little bit of a time glitch. GXR Cells are going to be calling Camp Jolly their home with Cells Rocks. It seems like he is heading across the water towards the docks. Now, of course, it's not a bad idea since it is pretty much uncontested, but they're going to have to be careful about Future Station, who could be the first hurdle for them. But having a look at the circle, it is going to be towards the southwest, and all islands are going to be in play, of course, with the southwestern island being there in its entirety. So we might see a shift towards Painan, we might see a final circle around that area, and it's going to be exciting. After all, this is Sanhok, right? It brings you everything. You have your urban warfare, you have your fights out in the open, and we're not going to see a lot of smokes being deployed this time because all the thicket and all the bushes are cover enough. And after all, I guess the biggest problem in Sanhok is you got to have good ears for listening to all that hissing, right?
Yeah, I mean, like all that ears for hissing, and you need to know. See, so one thing that I've noticed about Sanhok is that XP, it's not that teams just prone everywhere. If you see, there are some hotspots in the map where you should know that teams would prone. Or say, look at the place where FS have taken a drop. Now, FS might want to rotate. Okay, in this case, they want to rotate towards the left. But imagine if to the area to the north of Somraj, exactly just below Quarry and that particular region, that area is known for snakes. Now, if you go towards where Team X drops, that area is known for snakes. So there are some hotspots in the map where you call, beware of snakes, board are present. So it's just about that. So now, I feel it's more about the experience in Sanhok. That's why I said, I want to see the big guns coming and blazing. Show the teams how it's done.
Well, you know what they say, whenever you're traveling to new places, wait a second, I'll come to that point in a second, because it looks like Mr. Spray has heard the enemy behind him, and Manav might be coming in to try and take a fight, but the question is, does Manav know that Team TAMILAS have occupied that compound just below him? But it looks like he is completely oblivious to that fact, as he is running across towards the towards the hilltop. So I don't think we're going to see some action straight off the bat, but like you mentioned about snakes and particular regions, I think we all need to have a look at the tourist guides when we're visiting such areas, because Sanhok, I mean, barring the mosquitoes and all the bugs, the snakes are definitely a problem, but TTOP is going to get the first knock of the game on We Are One Punk. It did look like it was Picard, but it was his teammate who got the final blow. But looks like Punk is going to be in cover, and well, We Are One are now alerted to Future Station's position.
Yeah, and I mean, like, we have a lot of teams pretty close to each other, so which I think might give us an opportunity to witness.
Where sparks fly, and we love it. We want to see all that action. We want to see bullets fly and bodies drop one after the other. But for now, it's only VR1 Rage who has been kicked out of this game.
Right, VR1 Rage, the only casualty, and this is what makes the game interesting. Every team trying to drag it until the very end to bring it to the last battle. Wherein, most of the times I have seen in PMCO, both of us, we have been unsure of who might take it. We have seen those three-way battles going completely contradictory to what we expect, a 3v1, 2v1 situation going into the favor of that one man surviving. I mean, this has been the beauty of this PMCO.
That is what matters, and that is what exactly happened, because it was an M16 which brought down their member earlier on. So I guess it's just they became complacent. They thought they had their backs covered and they paid the price. But meanwhile, Team TAMILAS' striker for the win gets a knock on Reckoning's Clowny. ESN Zoe is in a fight elsewhere. Carry is going to finish off Clowny. They are going in for the kill. Now this is the aggression that you want to see from a team like Team TAMILAS. The grenades have been lobbed. Carry is trying to go in from the left flank for his team's perspective. RG0 is going to be the first one as Exotic is backing out. But have a look down there. Ooh, that is a good spot to be prone, but we can get seen with that. ESN are going to wipe out Hex Sweeper X as the first team to be eliminated in this game.
Hex Sweeper X, I mean, like, these boys have been known to me. I had the word with them yesterday, and they were like super confident. The way they approach, they were like, we are gonna give it all out. And looking at the way they have played in the semi-finals, trying to, like I mentioned, that particular point where they had the highest placement points. In the finals, I think they definitely need to change their approach. And Exotic paying the price, instantly getting wiped out. RG being, blown down to shreds, and with only 2 men surviving. Team TAMILAS, a team that is not generally known for holding back, would definitely want to move in.
And I like the fact that they are moving in for the kill. Ooh, Noob Whitey ducks under those bullets in the nick of time. Team TAMILAS are applying the pressure. They are putting on the pressure nice and thick. Zero comes out. He's going to take a little peek. Oh, that was a little bit problematic. I think you should have reloaded your weapon before you peeked out. But now 2 members of Team TAMILAS are going to go and it's going to be Mr. Spray and Gary up against Zero. Zero gets taken down in a flurry of bullets. And with that, I do believe Reckoning are going to be down to one last man. And again, I think Noob Whitey, I think the best decision for him right now is to run away and live to fight another day. Hopefully he can get those placement points for his team, because if they do get knocked out, I think 1 point is not going to be sufficient for this team's plans and their their dreams to making it to the big stage. But now Team X's Aditya is finally opening out his kill account as he gets his first knock.
Yes, and let's see Team X Park, who haven't been able to open their books. Like we said, they had a pretty rough game in the last one, caught around a lot of crossfire. Yeah, they have Aditya taking the first peak like log. So I don't know which team is gonna ultimately survive, because it's gonna be a fight KOTH format, survival of the fittest, like we say. But towards the north, Team TAMILAS do have a good stronghold, and utilizing that, they are picking off players from all ends.
They are, and the fact that they have this little bit of a compound, a little bit of a shack for cover is going to be helpful, because I thought they might be in trouble because they have Team MYM at one end and Fintox at the other. Meanwhile, Galaxy Races are opening up on Team ESN, and we have various classes taking place right now. And wait a second, what? The winners from the last game, Team Insane, have been knocked out in the 14th position with 0 kills.
Yeah, I mean, like talking about the the surprise factor that is always there in PUBG Mobile, the surprise and shocks that come in. And Team X Park also looks in a lot of trouble with adding more than 3 players of Team X Park going down. It all comes down to Evo and Aditya. Okay, so 2 players have gone down. 420 gets confirmed. Team X really struggling with the rotations, and we'll have to wait, watch and see. They are actually surrounded by 2 teams with all 4 men alive. One of them being definitely the big gun cells. Need to see how Team X gets out of the situation. Look at the circle targeting the place that is the most void.
I like it.
Yes, it's going to be interesting to see. Will Sells be able to make it? Yes, Ultron moves in, and trying to move in, but finally gets stopped by Somraj. But that's not the end of it. MJ still trying to move in. 1v1 situation between Somraj and MJ. Trying to put that heal up, trying to play with the sound, trying to apply a bandage. Somraj also going for a heal. It all comes down to a heal battle. I think both of the teams will ultimately pay the price, and we won't get to see too much of action happening. And apart from the fact that Somraj takes the leap of faith, goes for a peek, and wipes out Cells straight up XP.
Well, that's what I was talking about. The nerves are now kicking in. Cells have been eliminated. MCYS follows suit in 9th. Team ESN are going to be following in 8th. Wait a second. Xbox say that, we're going to join you as well, as they get knocked out in the 7th position. Now, this is amazing. Teams and players are toppling over like dominoes, one off the other, while we join Stoney from Stalwood Esports. Ooh, this could be a good nade. This could be a terrible nade. I think BXP could be in a world of trouble, but that grenade is going to just be a little bit offset. It does get a knock on a player, however, but it's not the angle that he was hoping for. Now, BXP, they are in a problematic situation. 1 player alive. Fintox are going to be exiting in the 6th position. We are already, have a look at those grenade kills by Robin, as BXP are being shredded to pieces.
Right, and here BXP could be in a lot of trouble. I think that I mean, like, obviously it's the 6th circle. What do you expect, given the fact that team could just try to move in, and the circle would be playing a very big role. And that's it, Somraj and Bob Dove. But look at the way FS is playing XP. 11 kills. We did discuss about them, but I curse them, and Salvador Swift picks them off. Sony also somewhat trying to struggle and make it into a circle. From 13 teams, 12 teams, we are straight up down to 4 teams with Blitzkrieg, Stoney, MVP and Team TAMILAS surviving. I called it about Team TAMILAS. They had definitely had it like a very advantageous spot for themselves.
They do have an advantageous spot. All 4 members alive, 8 kills, their names, and now they just have to pick the enemies as they are going to be coming helplessly across the battleground one by one. They are one of the crowd favorites, but what a game we've seen. I mean, so many casualties in the last few seconds. Gary is going to come under heavy fire. He goes prone, and in fact, wait a second. What? Are you kidding me? Wow. 3rd position, BXP get wiped out. Team INGL go out in 2nd, and Team TAMILAS are going to come out with that winner chicken dinner for game 2 in Sanok. But did you have a look at that last spray? The way he went down under heavy fire, for a second I was like, mate, what are you